Smell like almond cream. Hmm. 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 It's good. I think I'm going to give this a 9.6, a 9.6 out of 10. Yeah, it's really good. I can taste the almond cream. Yeah, so I gave it a 9.6 out of 10. Yeah. In the creamsicle cookies is seafood in the Oreos. The Oreos is like $5. This was only like three something. Yeah, three something. Yeah, it's white seafood in Oreo. Yeah. Oh, that must have this cookie. Yep. So it's good. So I'm going to get a 9.6 out of 10. I can taste the almond cream. Yeah, like it in sipaki. Mm. Second thought, I'm going to give this a 9.8 out of 10. And if you want to try it yourself, this is the number of it. It's like 3 something. Simple than Oreos. So it also comes in strawberry shortcake. What's up, Central? What's up, Angelita? What's up, Pump Sports? What's up? Mm. Fun the wedding. I gave it a 9.8 out of 10. It's really that good. So if you like almond cream, this is right up your alley. So And if you don't like almond cream, then don't eat it because it does like an almond cream. Wow, really? Well, but this vaccine is fingers like B but B can second in B but six movement by Nick's abilities. Like So let's into this vaccine in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nick's Happy Place. Today, I am super excited to tell you that I found the new light beer flavored Pringles. I was looking all over for these, and I walked into my local Walmart. They had them featured in the main alley, stacks of them, and I was happy as heck. $2 a can. But if you didn't know what these are, Pringles partnered with Light Beer, and here we got a beer braised steak flavored Pringle. Then we also got a light grilled beer brat flavored Pringle. And then last but not least, a light beer can chicken flavored Pringle. This is awesome. Original flavors. I mean, I'm not sure if they're how much like beer they're going to taste, but to have a chicken, a steak, and a brat flavored Pringle is pretty awesome. So here we go. Look at this. I'm excited. These are $2 a can. Yeah, so I'm just going to go in. I'm going to start off with the chicken and see what I got. Going in. I'm not sure if you guys have had these yet. Some people didn't even know these were coming out. I knew this one was coming out. And then these other two were kind of surprised. I mean, I knew that they were making a beer can chicken, but I didn't know about the brats or the steaks. And then I heard they were coming, and there they were. Just right there. I ran in to grab milk or something. And there they were, sitting in the main alley, all stacked up, $2 a can. How do you beat that? There we go. Beer can chicken smells pretty tasty. Let's see what we got here for flavor. There is the seasoning or look right there. Smell good. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I see what they're doing there. I can go. So I'm spitting chips out at you. Not bad. The only thing is once you start chewing them, the flavor kind of dissipates, I guess you could say. Not a bad Pringle there. Do I get the chicken flavor? That's kind of debatable. I'll come back to it. I'll get some of the flavors going in my mouth here, and then I'll go back and see, reevaluate them there. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Otherwise, grilled beer brat. Look at that. Gotta love meat flavored chips. Let's see. I'll grab some from down below. There's what you got there. This actually smells like a brat, so let's give it a taste. That one actually does taste like a brat. They actually captured some essence there. Because that's, as far as like the light aspect of it, I'm not a huge beer drinker, and I know what beer tastes like, of course, but I'm not really picking up a lot of the light, like any beer flavor on these. So I'm not sure about that, about the light part of it. Maybe it's hiding there somewhere. But really, on this one, I really just taste the brats themselves.
Really?
Okay, maybe in that, but in that one there, as I sit there and I was thinking about it, just imagining the flavors, I guess I do get get the little touch of the beer in that one. Okay. That I can. Oh, some spitting around here. What the heck? I can see that one there. I get the beer flavor with the broth on that one. Now let's go into one beer braised steak. Who doesn't love a good steak? Got a nice porterhouse on the front there. Let's see what kind of steak flavoring we got on these guys here. There is that. I'm going to just go in. Doesn't got a whole lot of smell, but let's give it a try. These are interesting because you actually get like a grill flavor off of them. Sorry about all the chewing. One thing about chips and that, you have to chew. I can't talk and it drives me nuts, but I just want to talk. But I don't want to just be spitting food at you. As far as these go, it's interesting because I'm not sure if I really get a steak flavor. I do get like a sense of a grill flavor coming off of them.
You know, I tried all three of them before, and I think my favorite should be, I don't know, either the beef Creamsicle or the grilled beef butt. So I don't know. But I did try all three of them before. So again, my favorite should be either the grilled beef butt or the beef Creamsicle. Yeah.
And I guess in the background, I guess maybe you do get a little touch of that light. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on there. Overall, though, I wish these had all of these. I kind of wish they had a little more potency to them, I guess you could say. I mean, there's an okay amount of seasoning on there. I mean, it's light seasoned, but you can't really, on this one, you can kind of see it's a little light. On this one, I'm not sure if I'm really getting any steak flavor off there. Like I said, you get one thing about Pringles, there are all these little shreds in there and you're like spitting all over the place. So I do apologize for that. But as far as this goes, I feel like it's a sense of something grilled. As far as like steak goes,
Yeah.
Let me have a drink here. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the steak flavor goes, I'm not really picking up like steak. I mean, you think, I'm not sure exactly how they would do it, put like some steak seasonings in there or something, give a little oomph. But like I said, you do get a sense of something grilled, but I'm not sure if it's really full-fledged steak flavor. As far as the three initially here, I do kind of like that flavor the best because I love grilled stuff. So you put a grilled seasoning or flavoring onto a chip, I'm going to love it. But I'm just going to go right back to the beer chicken real quick. I'll make one more round here, and we'll go from there. I just don't know about these ones. Again, I wish they had more flavoring on them, make them a little more potent. Because at first, when you first start chewing on these ones, you do get the illusion of, you do get a chicken flavor. But after a couple of bites, it just kind of goes away and it just like really nothing. You got the flavor. Now it's like gone. And then it just goes in like a regular Pringle flavor, like just you're chewing Pringles. So that's an interesting one. I wish, like I say, put more flavor on your stuff, some more seasoning. People can complain if they want. Yeah, I know it's going to raise the sodium up or whatever on the chips, but I would rather have a highly seasoned chip than just having blah, you know?
Yeah.
And this one here, the flavor does go through longer on it. It seems to like go through all your chewing, so the flavor does stick with you. And it does capture this does capture broths. I mean, it's a beer broth. This does have a good broth flavor. It's not the best broth flavor in the world, but it is a broth flavor. If you eat these, if I handed you a couple of them and you chewed it, you'd more than likely say these taste like broth. Yeah, they did capture that. That is a broth flavor on that. Now I'm going to go through. Like I said, it's not like a great broth, but it's a good broth, you know. And let me go back a couple more on this one, and then I'll give my final thoughts. I don't want to be sitting here all day having you guys watch like a 30-minute video or something, but let's chew these, and then I'll let you know what I think. I mean, I guess in a way you can kind of going back and around once you get all the flavors going a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, this tastes more grilled. I guess I can see where they're coming from with a little bit of the steak flavor in there. I've never had a beer braised steak before, but I do love that grilling essence off of that one that you get. As far as if I had to pick a favorite, I would probably go with these, then the broth, then the chicken. As far as rating them goes, I had higher hopes for the chicken one. Like I said, the flavor doesn't last long on it. I'll give these ones, I'll give them like a 7.4 on the chicken. The broth ones are definitely better. They do taste like broth. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
They do taste more like broth. I will give this one like an 8.2 on this one. Like I said, it's a good broth flavor. It's not a great broth flavor. Not like I could be blown away, but you do capture the essence of a broth. And this one here, you do get the grill flavor off of there, which I can kind of see. I can kind of see where they're going at. And I love grilled anything. So you put it into a chip. I'll give this one like an 8.4 on the steak flavored ones. So those are my thoughts on these guys. If you guys have found these, let me know. Like I said, I found these at Walmart. They're not Walmart exclusive, so you should be able to find them anywhere. If you just found them already, let me know your thoughts on them. If you agree with me, disagree with me, it's always awesome to hear your input. So feel free to let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. Definitely helps the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. If you just want to say hello, say hello. I always comment to everything. It might take me a couple days sometimes, but I do always comment and reply to everybody that says anything on there, because I do appreciate you guys. Otherwise, I will let you go. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you all for watching. If you made it to this far in the video, you guys rock, and I truly appreciate you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
This one is Marshmallow Crispy M&M's review Target exclusive by Nick's Every Place. Like, so the link to the video will be the description below. Go inside. No, let's do into this vacuum in 3, 2, 1. Marshmallow Crispy M&M's. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nick's Happy Place. Today, I am super excited to tell you about the Target exclusive M&M flavor Marshmallow Crispy. Look at that. Only available at Target. We got M&M's slapping out some new flavors here. And like I said, you can only get this one at Target. Marshmallow Crispy, in other words, like a Rice Krispie treat flavor they got. So that is interesting. I love Rice Krispies, so let's see exactly what M&M's take is on that. M&M's is another one of those companies that are popping out flavors all the time. You gotta love new flavors. You gotta love innovation. Yeah, it's a great time to be alive. But there we go. We got some light blue, dark blue, and white colors, or ivory, or vanilla colored. So that's what you get there. Feel kind of small, but I suppose it is a regular M&M. Some of the other ones are usually kind of chunky, but this is kind of like normal size here. Maybe a little thicker than a normal one, but let's just go in and grab a couple of them. One of each color, even though they all taste the same. Let's see what we got here. Wow, they did nail the flavor on that. There's no doubt that these taste like Rice Krispie treats. If you try them, if I handed them to you without you knowing, you would more than likely say that tastes like a Rice Krispie treat.
A Rice Krispie treat.
Not sure if you can see the guts of it there. Trying to focus. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to work, but basically, yeah, just you can see it right in there. But it's just like a little chocolate covered piece of Rice Krispie bar.
Yeah.
Make nights? What? Doesn't make any sense. Oh. No? I thought I ripped off a part of it. It just says, make nights in a hit? Make nights. In a hit.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it's missing something. I was saying, make nights in a hit. I don't know. Oh, I see. So in other words, they're showing these getting put in with popcorn and to make nights like a hit. Oh, okay. I see what they're trying there. They should word that a little bit. There you go. If you like Rice Krispie treats, these are right up your alley. If you like chocolate, if you like M&Ms and you like Rice Krispie bars, they're good. Definitely worth trying. I happen to love Rice Krispie treats myself. As far as rating these go, I'll give them like an 8.4. They're pretty solid. This is a solid snack here. Only available at Target. I can't remember what I paid for these, but there they are in all of their glory. Target exclusive. If you guys have found these already, let me know your thoughts on them. If you agree with me or disagree with me, it's always interesting to hear your input, because usually we're on the same wavelength, but sometimes people kind of disagree, but ain't too often. So it always makes me happy when I can tell you something and you feel the same way about it, because that means we're on the same wavelength here. But otherwise, I'm going to stop jabbering here. I will let you go. Like I said, let me know if you found these already, if you tried them. Target exclusive. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would appreciate that support. And otherwise, leave a comment, say hello. And everyone, have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful sunny day here. Blue skies in Wisconsin. Beautiful. So have a great day. Bye-bye.
This one is that's one a good love by Matthew. Look. So let's introduce vaccine 3, 2, 1.
My entire life, since I was a little kid, my life has always been led by other people.
Yeah.
I've always done what they wanted. Listened.
Yeah.
Was a good boy.
Yeah.
Took their ideas and made them my own. Wanted to make people proud. Just to destroy myself.
Yeah.
Because after a while, you need to ask yourself the question. Did you choose this path you're on? Or was it chosen for you?
Yeah.
And if it was chosen for you, possibly you know it is. Or maybe you did choose your own path, I mean, but in my case, it was definitely not that. In college, I mean, yes, my roommate is still my friend to this day. But what I did was super wrong. I mean, I went into college undecided, and I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I still don't.
Yeah.
And he was a nursing major. So, what do you think good old Matthew did? Yeah, I stole his idea. I stole his major. So I also became a nursing major, and I convinced myself that nursing was what I wanted to do, that I wanted to be a nurse.
Oh, really?
So everything just sucked, because I didn't like the classes I was in. I didn't like what I was doing. I didn't even want to be in college. I'm going to be honest.
Oh,
I didn't even
really?
want to be in college. The only reason why I even went to college in the first place was to make people proud. All I want is just a good life.
That's a good life.
I'm not asking for anything over the top. A little house on the side of the hill. Maybe a child of my own. Someone who loves me. I don't want someone taking care of me, because that's not how I think a relationship works. You take care of me, and I'll take care of you. No. I'll take care of me for you, and you take care of you for me. That's how a relationship should work. You know, relationships, and I figured this out, relationships are not life. Your career, your job is not your life.
Yeah, true that, yeah.
Life is just life. And if you're looking to make yourself the happiest, this is what I find makes a good life. So allow me to explain. Purpose. Going out there inside of this life and finding purpose. You see, once you find your purpose, everything will fall into place. Every single thing that was wrong will fall into place, because you'll realize that every single bad thing, every single event, no matter how many distractions, no matter how many times it comes down after you, you will always end up inside the same spot, struggling, fighting to survive. You know, but what does a good life even look like?
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it look like rain, snow, and horrible days? Because not every single day is going to be a good one, everyone. When I say I just want a good life, maybe what I really mean is I just want love. The second thing, to be loved.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes I feel like I was put on this earth to only love,
Yeah.
not to actually be loved by somebody. You know, obviously it was only one time, and you can't base your entire life off of one experience. But I went all in once. You know, I cared about somebody more than I cared about myself.
Yeah.
You know, I gave everything. You know, where did that put me? Put me in a hole. You know, but I found out that rock bottom is not where you lay. It's where you decide to stop digging. You know, stop digging with that metaphorical shovel and realize that you are worth a lot more. You know, because you can't give your value to the wrong people in life.
Yeah.
They
True
won't know
that,
what
yeah.
to do with it. You know, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I never did. Gee, I never even thought the world was real until about a couple years ago. I thought I was invincible to all these horrible things happening to me, and then my car gets totaled, and then I have to downgrade. That was a couple years ago.
Wow. Wow.
And you don't think it could happen to you until it does.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate what you have until it goes.
True that, yeah.
That goes with relationships, cars, breathing in both nostrils, seeing out of both eyes, hearing with both ears, standing up on both legs, having both arms, even having the ability to go out of your house and go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to be grateful for the little things.
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
You know, because think about an animal that grows up in a zoo. It looks outside of the cage and it wonders, what's it like out there? What's it really like out there? Why am I being secluded from the world? The same way when we look up into the sky at night, we wonder, what does it all mean? Why are we here in the first place? Why do anything at all? You know, I think I might have found out what this all means.
Yeah.
You know, not the existential stuff, but the reality. The reality is that we're here. And we only got so far. We only got as far as we have because of each other. Because of us working together, bouncing idea off of idea.
True that, yeah.
Hoping for something better. We created it. Look around, everybody. Look inside your house. Look inside your car. Look inside your school. We created this.
Yeah.
All of it. The society we live in, the cars we drive, to the buildings we enter. It's all from us. And all I ask is to just live a good life. You see, I don't want to live my life and hate my life. I don't want to grow up and hate my life. So make sure you do what you want to do. Say what you want to say. Because in reality, and I even realized this, hurting yourself only means you're hurting yourself. You were born inside of your own head. And that is exactly where you'll go back to when this is all over. Back to the drawing board. Back to the main lobby. Just to maybe fight and do it all over again. You know, today it's raining pretty heavy. You know, you would never be able to appreciate a sunny day without a rainy one. The same way you would never be able to realize you were high in life when the same way you're never able to really, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. You only know you've been high when you're feeling low.
Yeah.
Okay? You only know short because you've seen tall.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
Appreciate it as it comes. Live your own life. Because if you don't, if you actually sit down and allow someone to dictate your life, they will dictate all of it, to what you say, to what you do. And then eventually you won't even feel like your life is yours. You'll feel like you've taken a back seat to your own existence. You know, just kind of watching through the film, hoping it goes right. But in reality, it never does. You want to know why it never goes right? Because you need to make it right.
Yeah.
Okay, there is no perfect time. You know, there is no correct moment. You know, the moment that you stop trying to be perfect is the moment that you can start trying to be good. You know, because if you could find, I mean, here's the thing. You don't need to find your purpose, okay? You create your purpose, okay? I don't know why I'm saying find your purpose. It's not underneath that car over there or inside that bush over there. Your purpose is inside of you, okay?
Yeah.
The same way that when you were a kid and you played sports or whatever you did as a kid, that was your imagination. You created the world around you. In fact, you do create the world around you.
Yeah, true that, yeah.
You are simply the universe experiencing itself. Forgetting, but then slowly remembering.
Yeah.
All of it. You realize that all you ever had to do in the first place was follow your own head. Follow your own gut.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. I just want a good life. I'm not even asking for a lot.
A good love, yeah.
I'm sure we all just want the same thing. To make some kind of difference in this world and be happy. You know, because let me tell you something about the world, everybody. You look around, you see all the chaos, the terror. And you kind of just wonder to yourself, do I just have to lay back and let all this happen?
Yeah. Could be. Yeah.
And you feel powerless, you feel scared, afraid. But in reality, you can do something.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one thing. You can make the world a better place. Because let me tell you something. You weren't put here to change the world. But if you can change yourself, then my friend, you have changed the world.
Yeah.
Your world, that is.
Yeah.
So enjoy life. Enjoy what it has to offer.
Yeah.
And most importantly, stay positive.
Yeah, it's a positive, yeah.
Dance in the rain.
Just in the rain.
Don't let the bad times hold you back. Because let me tell you something. I'll leave you with one last thing. A bad day can only last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So make the most out of every day.
Yeah, most of it, yeah.
Because you don't know what day will be your last.
Yeah.
Stay positive. Enjoy your day. And make that good life for yourself.
Yeah.
Because in reality, what you're not changing, you're choosing. And every single decision that you have ever made up to this point has led you to where you are. There is no future. There is no past. There is only now.
Yeah.
So make the most of it.
Yeah, make the most of it, yeah.
Because you're already at a point in time where you want to be with her, right? And
Yeah.
if she doesn't want to be with you, you can't force that on her,
No,
right?
I
mean,
wouldn't.
that's
It's weird.
right, exactly. So you're leaving it up to her to be like, look, I mean, I want to continue this relationship. If you want to too, great. If you don't, I respect that as well. I'm leaving the ball in your court, right? And that's the most respectable thing you could do, honestly. Like that's what you should do, in my opinion. Sorry if I'm base, guys. Sorry if I'm crazy.
All right.
I feel so lucky with my husband because when I met him, we became like best friends like immediately, and we spent like almost like a year just like getting to know each other as best friends and like spending like almost every day with each other. We were like inseparable.
That's awesome.
And then I moved in with him because I was having some troubles, and after I moved in with him, we realized that like we were in love with each other, and we're like, let's just accept it, you know what
Let's
I mean?
fucking
Like,
do
so
it.
yeah,
Why
let's
not?
do it. So yeah, I'm glad for that. Very grateful.
That's awesome. You know, everyone has different
That's
walks
cool.
of life.
Yeah.
Everyone has different experiences. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
that's to me.
I'm just saying,
Mhm.
for my situation, I'm glad I got it out of my system.
So, but like
That's
it's
all
like,
I'm saying.
yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I met her, I was like, all right, I'm over the bullshit. I'm over the chasing. I'm over like, you know, all that. Because starting over every single weekend and just doing the same thing, it just got old, right? Because you're like, all right, let me try this again. You know what I mean? It
Right,
it gets
right.
old. It gets old.
I was like at my breaking point, you know, like I
Yeah.
was almost ready to call it quits and be like, you know what, I'm fucking done with this shit.
Here's the disconnect that I have. Okay,
You come in the
so
middle,
I
you go
cannot relate
emotional like this.
whatsoever. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my first real relationship was with Beans in high school, and it's been like that ever since.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My first ever relationship was a long relationship, by the
It's
way.
a swap.
Like I had short relationships, but like as a kid, it's just like what you guys fucking
Right.
held
It's
hands,
supposed
and
to
that was like
be
the
Yeah, it
end.
doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly.
And go left.
It was never to a degree
my
that
thigh.
like Beans and I are at where we're like 7 years in. We're 7 years in this relationship and still going, you know?
Hell yeah.
So I'm happy I at least found my soulmate like right off the bat.
You're
Yeah.
lucky, bro. You're lucky.
You are
I
like,
was
Yeah,
gonna say, like, I
you
consider
dodged
myself
all the bullshit.
extremely lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't need to go through the bullshit or whatnot.
Well,
She's amazing to be with, man.
Yeah.
That's my everything right there.
Well, I'll tell you guys too, right? Like, 'cause I've said this before. Like, the one I thought